One of the Chelsea former players, now acting as a journalist, known as Glenn Johnson, has come out and really confirmed to us that Jorginho is a perfect fit for Arsenal than Chelsea. And he has gone ahead to give his reasons. And I don't know whether you'll side with them, but to me, I'm convinced that Jorginho is a perfect fit for Arsenal than Chelsea, because many people have really come out and always slated the signing of Jorginho. But I believe you need to really see what he brings to your club as Arsenal, because I believe he's been an upgrade on Sambi Lokonga and El Nini. That's it. But most of you don't want to really take in, but you will soon get to know that Jorginho is a better fit for Arsenal than Chelsea. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. Rokan David is my name. We are discussing about the Arsenal's game against Everton that was not played in the first leg, has been rescheduled. That's it. I'm going to let you know the date as when it's going to be played and those fixtures where it's going to be included, because it looks like Arsenal are really getting more home games to be played this season, and they're going to be playing Everton. Arsenal prepared for revenge that is going to act as an annihilation like they did last season. They beat Everton 5-1 at the closure of the Premier League day. Remember, last season Arsenal also suffered a 2-1 defeat away at Goodison Park. So it looks like Arsenal are really ready to get things going and going and going. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell, that whenever you get notified every time I upload a video onto our channel. Now, amidst everything we are doing, there is another story coming in from Arsenal that have gone ahead to really increase the price of their ticket of next season by 5%. I'm going to let you know what prices have been affected in this new announcement by the club of Arsenal. So let's set the ball rolling, because we're here to give you content. Firstly, before I go into the Jorginho story, let's talk about the game of Everton. Arsenal lost to Everton on Saturday by 1-0. Tarkowski overpowering Odegaard and headed that ball back home to give Everton a lead at the hour mark in that game that was played at Goodison Park. Arsenal really looked ugly, very ugly, and obviously they never showed like they are really going to be the champions of Premier League. But every person has his day in office, or his bad day in office, and that was one of the bad days that Arsenal had in office that they might look at and reflect to and know that, all right, we should do better in our next game. We're going to be playing at Emirates on Saturday against Brentford. Now, we've been told by Football London that the game against the Toffees, that is Everton, was originally due to take place back in September 22nd, 2022, but was cancelled as a mark of respect following the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. However, it will take place on Wednesday, March 1st at 7:45, that is British time, or UK time, at Emirates Stadium via Football London. Now, this game was supposed to take place in September, on that weekend that the Queen died. After the Queen passing on, all football activities were not allowed to go on until next week, when Arsenal was allowed to play a game of football. But teams like Manchester United ended up not playing a single game in the Premier League, but the UEFA Europa League kept going on. Arsenal missed out on the Leeds game, and I think they missed out on Leeds and Everton. Then even the game of Man City was affected. It was supposed to be played on 20th of November, which happened to be a Thursday, having cancelled their fixture against PSV in London. Arsenal had to really refix that fixture to be played on that date, hence extending this game that Arsenal is going to be playing on February 15th of them against the Emirates side. The Etihad side, known as Man City. So this game comes in a very tricky situation. Arsenal having lost to Leeds, but I believe they can't survive at the Emirates. Last season even, they went away and they were beaten by Everton by 2-1. This time round, I believe it's really going to be a huge revenge, because even last season, it was a sweet revenge. When Arsenal hosted Everton, they trounced Everton by 5-1. This time round, Everton is coming in through at Emirates on the 1st of March 2022, and we can't wait to see that game be played. It's going to be a Wednesday. So that fixture has been really fixed, and you now know that on the first of March, Arsenal is going to be hosting Everton at their stadium known as Emirates Stadium. Now, how does that shape up the fixture of Arsenal? That shows you that Arsenal, out of the next 6 games, 4 of them are really going to be played home. Their next game is against Brentford at home. They host Man City on the 15th at home. Then Aston Villa away, Leicester City away, Everton home, and Bournemouth home. So it shows you that Arsenal has been having a very good form. So I think at home, you can count those 12 points bagged in. I believe Arsenal is going to beat City at their stadium. They're going to beat City, and I think that will be the end of the title race, because if at all Arsenal beat City and take their lead of points to 11, I don't see anywhere City are really coming in close anywhere Arsenal to really stop them from really winning. So that is how the fixture of Arsenal has really gone ahead to take shape, and you now know what Arsenal is going to be playing, when and at what time. Then when you go to the next 9 fixtures, when you add 3 more fixtures onto that, it shows you that Arsenal will be playing Fulham away, Crystal Palace home, and Leeds home. So it shows you that Arsenal, out of the next 9 fixtures, 6 of those are at home. So it shows you the beauty and the good timing of these games that Arsenal are really going to be playing, because playing very many home games at, if at all you're Arsenal, will help them stride a lead that no one could even think about in the game of football at this juncture, and that is for a team known as Arsenal. So Arsenal better get ready for that fixture. Let's go to the Jorginho story. Now, Glenn Johnson was a right back at Chelsea. He once played for Portsmouth, and once played for Liverpool. He's one of the best right backs I've seen in his generation, though I believe he will lack a little bit of consistency, but he really looked great in his prime. That is Glenn Johnson. Now, while talking to Betfred, he told us that he sees Jorginho as a better fit at Arsenal than at Chelsea. And his first reason was, for some reason, Jorginho gets a lot of criticism from neutral fans, but I think he's a fantastic player. And if at all there is anyone who doubts the talent of Jorginho, then he has not been on planet Earth. That's it. He has been living under the rock, green about what the game of football is all about. He has not been watching this game of football for the past 5 years, ever since Jorginho made his mark into the Premier League. This guy is really talented. Jorginho is a CDM that gives you all what you want from your CDM. You get? People have been talking about his physical attributes, but he has made very many tackles. He had made very many interceptions, and he's a good passer of the ball, and that's what you would love from a CDM. A CDM's role is to protect the back four, shield it, and how do you shield it? Through the tackles and blocks that you make. And secondly, the ball you get from the back four and play it through the central axis to link the midfield to the attack. Jorginho does that very well. So I believe those criticizing him and doubting his talent are really having their opinions that are not going to be subjected to public debate. I don't even want to raise a case on that. However much they're trying to make a case on that, but it's really invalid. It doesn't really appear or really defy, because that defies logic to me. It really defies logic, because how do you call Jorginho an average player that he's not a perfect fit for Arsenal? Now, he's telling us that I've always liked him a lot, and he's a luxury player that every top team needs. When you are in possession, you always need a player that can hold the shape of the team, and he's much better footballer than people give him credit for. So, Jorginho is a much better football player. That's it. Good passer and everything. You know, I don't judge players when they're really having a bad time at their club or when their club is really struggling. I see players, however good they are, when their team starts to struggle, they also drop off. Now, look at teams like Liverpool. They are struggling. Do you think Mohamed Salah is a bad player? No. Do you think Fabinho is a bad player? No. Do you think Virgil van Dijk is a bad player? No. Do you think Konate is a bad player? No. Do you think Trent Alexander-Arnold is a bad player? No. Do you think Robertson is a bad player? No. Thiago Alcantara? No. They're all good players, but the entire team is on the floor. That's what was happening at Chelsea. They started off this season on a low. Very low, very low, very low. Now, would you expect Jorginho to single-handedly lift the team? Because nowadays it's very hard to find a player who is single-handedly lifting up the team, because nowadays it is not about you playing the game of football. That's it. It's not all about you being talented. It's all about teamwork. It's vividly portrayed at Manchester United. Look at how United has been turned into a team. For Bruno Fernandes and Rashford, a team was struggling last season. They're nowhere to be seen. Rashford last season scored 5 goals. Right now, Rashford has close to 20 goals plus in the jersey of Manchester United. So, if Arsenal signed Rashford last season, would you have said that he's not a perfect fit for Arsenal? Some of you would have, as you're saying for Jorginho, but keep in your mind that Jorginho has been playing for a struggling team. Now, he has come into a team that has a momentum, and obviously, he's really leading by example and playing very, very well. So I believe Arsenal need this player to shape the team up, especially in the midfield, in certain games. And him being a backup for Thomas Partey is something great, because he comes in with a different style of football altogether. Then lastly, he said, I think his style of play now suits Arsenal more than it suits Chelsea. I don't think Chelsea will miss him greatly, but because of the way Arsenal play at the moment, I think Jorginho will suit their possession-based game down to the ground. And that's it. Chelsea, for the time Jorginho played there, were not a high-possessing side. When you look at his style of play, it requires a high-possessive side. That's why Mikel Arteta, while still at Man City as the assistant manager to Pep Guardiola, he wanted to bring him off. And Mauricio Sarri hijacked the deal from Napoli to Chelsea. From Napoli to Man City. But he was looked at as a replacement of Fernandinho at Man City. It shows you how good this player was. However much is 31, you have to put it in your mind that central defensive midfielders age with quality. The more they age, the more they become more and more important to their teams, because they are more press resistant, they are really good at game reading, and they can shield the back four and link the midfield to the attack. You get? Build quality attacks from the back. That's one of the other jobs that they're supposed to do. So I think Jorginho suits this high possessive side of Arsenal. So let's wait and see what's going to happen at the Emirates on Saturday, whether Jorginho is going to be coming in, because we've already gotten news about Thomas Partey, whether he's injured or not, God knows, but we believe that Arsenal are now having a perfect backup for Thomas Partey in Jorginho. And I saw very many people coming out and criticizing Jorginho that he had a very ugly game against Everton. But they're not looking at Thomas Partey. I believe Thomas Partey was bullied in that midfield by that midfield trio of Everton. Gueye, Doucouré, and Onana. They really bullied Thomas Partey, especially Onana. Every time he found Thomas Partey, he really went past him. He won the duels, the aerial battles, the ground battles, everywhere. Partey was nowhere to be seen. And Partey played for 60 minutes, almost 60 minutes, because Jorginho came on through towards the 58th minute. So don't sweat this guy. The guy has just played only 33 minutes for Arsenal. You don't know what he has in his locker. I think he has a lot of drawers to open up for Arsenal in this game, because he's really a quality player, and really respect him, because I believe most of you are now believing that Arsenal can really take the trophy because of Mikel Arteta's plan. So respect Arteta's plan that he has really brought into the club, because you are all having positivity for Arsenal winning the trophy because of Mikel Arteta and Edu's plan. So stick to the plan, and obviously praise and wait for Jorginho, because almost every signing that Arteta has brought in throughout Arsenal has been really important, apart from Willian, who really flopped, but the rest have been really important for the club. and have not yet flopped. Even those on loan are really doing great. Look at Nuno Tavares, really firing in left, right, and center. Now, Steve K has confirmed to us today that Arsenal have announced that they are increasing the price of their season ticket by 5% for next season, and it will also include 4 games fewer than the current 2022 campaign. Now, some tickets of Arsenal go for £99, £70, £30, depending on which class you fall in. Children, adults, or old ones. So it's stipulated, all divided into 3 parts, depending on where you fall and on which area of the pitch you want to sit. Because the closer you are to the pitch, the more money you pay. That's what I really know. Now, what does this mean to Arsenal? Increasing 5%, meaning that they now know that they've really went ahead to really build their team where it's supposed to be. It's winning games, and it's looking like they're going to win a trophy this time around at the the Premier League. Now, with the performance they are putting in and they're going back to the Champions League, obviously, I expected them to increase the ticket of their matches. Because when you're in the Champions League, you're performing at a high level, you're bringing in good players, you should increase your money to see to it that you don't fall a culprit like Man City by breaching the financial rules of the Premier League and the financial rules of the Premier League and the financial rules of the Premier League and UEFA and the FIFA. That's it. Now, let's make some good calculations in there for you. As Arsenal gets into the summer, they are going to make some huge signings because they are going in the Champions League, and they need to increase on their money. Now, Arsenal Stadium is a 60 capacity seater, not so? 60 capacity seater. If at all, let's do the average. You get? If at all Arsenal, when I checked here, their cheapest tickets, let me see here. The cheapest ticket for Arsenal goes for young adults 26. The adult £99. Young adult £74. Canon £42.5. Now, I think if you are to put this on average, the 3 prices, I think, let's say that its average is £50. If you are to do an average price. Now, £50, 50, I'm just doing some calculations here. £50 times 3 times 6, that is £3 million per match. Now, how many games does Arsenal play a season? Arsenal plays 19 Premier League games at home. They'll play a minimum of, like, in the group stages of the Champions League, 6 games. When you add on like 4 other games, those are 10. That means they'll be playing 5 at home. Carabao Cup, FA Cup, let's say some 5 games. Meaning that Arsenal is going to be playing close to 30 games at the Emirates. If at all they are collecting £3 million per game, no sale of merchandise, the tea people take, the food they eat, because that's also income that the club really makes on the match day. That means Arsenal can make £100 million from ticket sales only at the gate. That will be something important and very, very, very important to the team of Arsenal. So with getting in some money like that, then the Champions League, obviously they have to increase their ticket because they are even playing some beautiful football that the fans are really loving. Because the moment you go to that stadium, you wouldn't like not to miss out on the next game that Arsenal really plays. So thank you guys for watching in through. Jorginho, a perfect fit for Arsenal than Chelsea. Your reactions to that are welcome in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about the ticket of Arsenal being increased by 5% next season of 2022. Then let me hear something from your thoughts about the game of Everton being rescheduled on first. Having lost to Everton on the weekend, do you think Arsenal will beat them again as they did last season at Emirates? Rokani David remains my name. May the Almighty bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later and good night. I think we're left with one more video. Is it a Vlahovic story or an N'Golo Kante story or a Savage story? Lots of stories are really coming to you. I'm out.